Hey, rebels. Okay, breathe with me. Come on. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, hold it, and let it out. Just let it out slowly. Do that as many times you need to as I read off this card for you. I'm feeling a very refreshing, liberating energy. I just did a spiritual community message. All right. If you know someone who needs that message, feel free to send it to them. You know, you can do what you want to do. Um, but after that, honey, to get this free spirited, relief of an energy. All right, Spirit is saying this is the aftermath. This is the aftermath. So if you did not catch the, what is it? It's spiritual community meeting number 1. Okay. Go look at that now, because none of this, none of this freedom and release is going to make sense to you unless you go see if that message, if that community message is for you. Though, there's a chance you might find something here divine that is needed for you. I mean, who doesn't want freedom? Who doesn't want to feel that weight lifted off of them? Oh, baby, let's go ahead and read this card. It says, those difficult times will pass. Nothing bad lasts forever. The sun will shine again. The birds will sing. The clouds will clear. And you will be glad you kept moving forward, okay? You will soon be rewarded for your patience. Hold on. Mm, you are far stronger than you think. Baby, let me tell you that message for the spiritual community meeting, baby. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so the thing is that Spirit gave that to me to just extend a welcoming to anyone who resonated with the community energy of the collective, right? Um, we are we are all on different timelines. We are all in different eras, ERAS of ourselves. We are all experiencing different ERRORS of ourselves. But now you may be noticing, looking at this table, if you're still here and you're like, but Miss Caribba, what are all those cards that's behind the cards the tarot that you have laid on the table, honey? That's the stuff that's behind the scenes. That's the stuff that happened, that was brought up within the spiritual community meeting, okay? But due to the message that we have, I am hearing, Mary, Mary, break the shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just want to praise you. But I am so excited to bring you the song that really released all of that, from the meeting. And it is Welcome Back, Carter. It says, welcome back. Your dream is your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Little names have all changed since you hung around. Listen, rebels, Spirit wants you to know that they are so enlightened with, profound joy to have you as a part of their team, and you be a part of their team. Because after everything that you've been through, to see you make it, to know the struggles that you've been through, that the human body just does so much and makes so much excuses to be able to avoid. Y'all not gonna make me cry this early on. We only 4 minutes and 33 seconds in. 4 minutes and 34. Okay. To know all that you have been through, the betrayal, the betrayal of yourself, the betrayal onto others, the betrayal from others, the hidden deceit, the hidden agendas, the bullying, the tampering with, the mental conditioning and wiring and unwiring, and getting to that space and that energy of understanding that everything that you've been through, that there was still life to be had because you weren't living your life then. Y'all not gonna get me to cry this soon. Cut it out. To know that you went through those struggling points and periods and eras of yourself and learning the errors of your ways, that you did not see it possible for you to live within this lifetime any differently than the cards that were dealt out to you previously before. But you kept on going and you kept on moving. No matter what the hell, no matter what type of hell it revealed to you, baby. Listen, so back here behind the scenes, as the supporting cards, we have perspectives of stress. You have learned to adapt, not to the stress, but to confirmation. You have learned to adapt to rejecting the entitlement that is stress. That playing the blame game, whose fault it was, and you just learned how to remove yourself. And if you didn't need to remove yourself in situations, because understand in all situations, it's not for you meant for you to completely remove yourself. You learned how to have the shock and awe value of your boundaries. You no longer let your stress be the identifier of who you are. Hear that. You no longer let your stress be the identifier of who you are. You have shown so much self-resilience. You have went back and forth, being a student, being a teacher, being a teacher, being a student, at times being in the in-between. You have learned and are learning how to nourish yourself and how to grow from what it is that you know, from what it is that you know, and from what it is that you have yet to learn, to discover. You have been looking at other people's experience not in a state of mind of envy nor jealousy, but in understanding that anything and everything is possible, that you ultimately have a choice, not just of the path that you take, but of the archives that you choose to keep. And you get to label them for your purpose, for your needs, for your course correction. Some of those things you've even copied and you put in other places in your own library. Spirit wants you to know that your resistance to continuing to be clingy to people, behaviors, and the like-minded thoughts of communities that no longer service you has allowed you the space to be able to grow from fertile soil. Baby, listen, you have been going so down deep in the oceans and the seas of all of your emotions, of all of your physical experiences, of any aspect of life that you felt that you saw interest in and that you saw disinterest in, to balance out the scales of awareness for you and for all of those who will be nurtured due to the garden that it is that you are growing of yourself. Spirit said, if listen, you better applaud yourself. You better do something to reward yourself. Because, honey, this isn't even about a graduation. This is purely a celebration of you recovering from all that you have recovered from, even though you know that your recovery is like, it's not like it exactly is what it is. You were addicted to certain ways of living. You were addicted to certain things about life, whether it was by choice or by circumstances. You were addicted. You were dependent. You were codependent. I heard something about co-op, whatever that resonates for you as, right? Educational purposes, entertainment purposes, and use your own discernment always. No one knows you better than you know yourself. Because regardless of what anyone can ever or have ever told you about yourself, it's the depth of your emotions, the depth of your replayed experiences within your memory catalog that brings you to the center stage of everything that you have experienced, of any and everything that could ever possibly come your way. Honey, we got some party crashers trying to come in. Let me clear my throat. That's just how much people didn't want you to discover yourself. That's just how much the environments and the communities did not want you to discover yourself. How subtle that projection energy crept itself in. It was like gas in the wind, baby. Listen, the things that Spirit be having me say. But then again, I know I be in tune with myself, so I know part of it's me. But this ain't about me. This is about you. Although, this is about me as well. Because to live this experience, you have to know yourself in your most vulnerable states, being on a positive end of the spectrum and on a negative, and the caught in the formats in between of society and what society say that you should be in order for you to belong, in order for you to be respected, in order for you to get rewarded. And baby, listen, we're not going to go through too many of the cards that's in the background, because we're going to set that shit behind you, and we're going to continue to try to create further distance. But Spirit wants to bring the attention to you. Honey, this is another beginning, and another one, and another one, and another beginning for you, okay? Spirit said, dust yourself off and try again, if ever you deem it necessary. If you feel it's good enough and it's well enough, fine. If you feel that, it was good enough and it's well enough, but then you realize that you forgot something that, a couple steps behind, Spirit said, don't get too far off from yourself. Okay? Keep yourself in alignment and remember where you are heading to. Remember where you are heading to. Spirit said, watch how you use past tense words when creating yourself confirmation. Honey, in a way, that vehicle was just, rumbling when I had to pause the video to get that confirmation blow with the wind out. And there it go. It was like a rumble in the Bronx. Can't you hear it? Okay. So that might mean something to you. Okay, so here you have the Empress. Oh, honey. Oh, the fact that you have went through all four queens. The fact that you were able to just saying all four queens just takes me into the energy of you had to learn to nurture yourself on different battlefields, even with the change in the seasonings. Change in the seasonings. Okay. Change in the seasonings and a change of the seasons. Never knowing what was going to occur. Never knowing what it was that you was tasting. Never knowing what that energy was that was reeking within your space. But you endured, and you shall continue to prosper. All right, honey, I can still, look, watch me. I can still do that, right? All right, yeah, little Star Wars, Star Trek, whichever movie show that is, all that stuff. I would know what it is if I put more focus into it, but we want to keep the focus on you. The fact that the change and a win happen all the time, even in times that you felt that you finally got things to be so stable. This past year especially, there was a lot of chaotic, frantic energy that was pulling the collective, that was pulling at just everybody, even those who were not awakened to themselves nor the environment around them. There has been so much chaos. This is May 2026. There has been so much chaos within the past year of 2025. Matter of fact, not even 2025, I would say 2021 up until this current moment. There was so much changing. Chinese astrology has definitely always been relevant, but the accuracy that was brought to attention to those who were not consciously aware of the importance of Chinese astrology got brought into focus. It definitely got brought into focus. And the fact that you found a way to embody all four queens in transition at a moment's notice, and even gathered yourself at those points in times that you felt that you were falling to your knees. Just like that screech confirmation, you kept on going. You hit those brakes just in time. Because normally on the corner from where I stay, and I'm far from the corner, thank goodness, but on the corner from where I stay, there's constantly car accidents. I done seen buses get into crashes. I done seen all types of vehicles. I've heard all types of vehicles get into crashes on that corner. You pump the brakes on yourself, whether it was your ego, your pride trying to jump in and on some scrappy do, let me at him, or if it was I saw a putty cat, let me stop for a moment. Did I see a putty cat? Okay. You have been on such an adventure and it was not always comfortable. But you made it through, and you're making it through. Because nobody said that it was over. You still here, right? Right. So it's not over. Confirmation. Okay. Yes. Great expectations. Baby. Ooh, and with the thing, I'm sure you can see the great expectation with the church finger. Honey, look, this ain't got anything to do with religion or anything else. Just great expectation. You are that one that you know that you can depend on in your life. Honey. me. Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. All right. So, here with the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Oh, I'm going to miss you so much. I'm going to miss sharing this moment with you. And Spirit really wants you to sit in it, to sit with it just for a little while. Because the way that your life is about to transition due to you and your now having the labels and the titles to apply to what it is that you feel, what it is that you notice, what it is that keeps you stable, and what it is that causes you to be triggered. And even knowing that those triggers are not absent of your knowledge or your awareness of yourself, realizing that those triggers are actually invitation for you to further develop yourself. The fact that you come from such a lifestyle previous to now where triggers said to you defeat, and now they no longer do. Y'all not gonna get me to cry yet. Not yet. But the fact that you come from that and you're here now, see yourself, acknowledge yourself, realize yourself and how different you are. Spirit don't want you to look at the outward things, the materialistic things that seemingly has yet to change, because they have changed. You are definitely in alignment. They're coming in when you are in. Oh, when it's coming in, it's there. All right, it's there. It's coming to you. You're gonna meet it. You're gonna meet those times and those experiences. Y'all quit trying to tear me up. Okay. Spirit wants you to remember the difference of how you feel now and what you felt then, not for the purpose of dwelling, but for the fact of being your greatest cheerleader. Being able to be so solid with yourself that nobody can break you. You know, like how you look at certain friendships and certain relationships that they say that they so solid that nothing can break them. Spirit said that's something that you can identify with yourself. You are so solid with yourself that nothing can break you. Nobody can tell you about you because they are not so invested in you to realize, to study, to pay attention, to read for themselves and empathize mm, with the many aspects of you. Baby, listen. Oh, goodness. To stay right there is such a beautiful thing, but Spirit say it's a lot to move forward. It's a lot more coming. There's a lot that you're moving forward from. There's a lot that you are moving forward from. Right with the King of Pentacles energy, right next to it, you have the King. Did I say? Yeah. So right next to the King of Cups, there it is. Okay, so your King of Cups is the reason why you are able to transition so wisely into your King of Pentacles. The generosity that you have shown to yourself, the fact that you have seen and exhibited yourself. You've made yourself the exhibit A, through triple C's and quadruples. How you treat others, how you have shown up for others, even when your cup wasn't filled. How you depleted yourself for others and you renourished yourself from something that you never thought that you can get back. Yes, now time and money and proceed, some say energy, is things that you can't get back. But nah, honey, they were wrong. Time and money may be something that you can never get back. But energy is always something that you can alchemize. That always plays favor in you when you align with the universe and you are honest and truthful about yourself, how you show up, your experiences, how you showed up, where were you at fault at, where were you not at fault at, is it even considered to be at fault when even mistakes are beautiful lessons of encouragement to move forward. A lot of people decide to stay back, but you kept on going, even though you knew that you might wind up being by yourself in doing so. And this whole time, you knew that you had to be by yourself in order to move forward, that you could not carry dead weight or struggle weight along with you. The whole world is in your hands. Your whole world is in your hands. I'm looking at how there are mountains here in his hands. Everything that you went through, but there's also mountains behind them. All right, but then the pinnacle is right there at his heart space, which identifies even further with the King of Cups. Rebels, look, y'all gonna make me not look. I'm not gonna tell y'all what y'all gonna make me do. Y'all, if I start crying, you're gonna be able to tell. But then again, if you are crying, it's perfectly fine. Release yourself of that tension. Release yourself of all that stuff that you've been holding in and that you've been holding back. It is okay to do an ugly cry. Okay, makeup can always be repurchased. You probably won't be able to beat your face the way that you beat it. But, honey, even to walk around with those streaks on your face, let people question and let them wonder, let them hackle, let them whatever. It does not matter. You know why you celebrating. All right? So, with it, I'm noticing what's shown, right? Manipulation and faith in your ancestors. Faith in your ancestors and in your spirit. You have now come to this place where you discover and you know your worth. But yet and still, Spirit said you still have yet to know how valuable you really are. Because if you've done this much in this time frame and just in that portion of your life, what more do you think is ahead of you? Honey, you have no idea. All right, so this is why Spirit said leave these conversations open-ended. Do not close the door on, okay, the limitations of, because there's so much more coming your way. You are going to do miraculous things that are even going to amaze you. All right, them shackles are baby breaking off. I don't know if you want to keep a piece of that shackle as a collector's item because, honey, the things that you've endured. Now, with the Page of Pentacles and the Awakening card, which is also Judgment. Yes, judgment is being called upon you in regards to your solid beginnings and in regards to you putting in the work that's needed for you to take this new this new confidence, this new esteem, this newness, this new self of yours and apply it. Yes, this is you meeting the unknown. You don't know what's going to come from it, but just welcome it in. This is a blessing. This is you being able to live joyously in the authority of yourself. You finally know who you are because you know who you've been and you have something, someone to be able to compare it to that is you. Not anybody else. Nobody else can compare to you. Nothing compares to you. You are just that special. You are more than just that special. Spirit said, let's find a way to take just out of it. Because once again, remember, watch those past tense words. Watch those limiting words that you use. But also watch the words that you use around people who are still in a mindset of limitations. Because though they cannot seem to contradict you, though they cannot seem to collapse you, though they cannot seem to understand you and what the fuck you're saying because they don't see you the way that you see you, the way that you feel you, the way that you experience you. There will still be those who are envious, jealous, and think that you have the audacity and feel that you are better than them. But trying to point the finger at you to identify you as you think that you feel that you're better than them. Spirit said, watch yourself around them because those vultures are circling. They are circling. Now, they may not be able to fly as high as the eagle's bird eye view that you have. They may not be able to flap around as quick as the hummingbird that you are. They may not be able to zoom past like that dragonfly. But they're watching and they're paying attention. Now, what they paying attention to, honey, to each their own. Who knows who give a fuck? Just so long as you guard yourself from allowing them to be able to fuck with you. Now, once again, this Page of Pentacles, honey. Then look, I'm realizing the man on a horse in the background. While this man is here he found the treasure. He's figuring out what the hell he gonna do with the keys. The one key that he does have, even if it's one key and it's not multiple keys that you have in your possession that you are aware of. Notice that you are aware of. Because there's more branches on there, honey. You don't see what's up above there because he's only looking down right now. He's looking at the surface level of what he has been able to discover. But there's somebody not too far off behind him. You don't know if that person is friend or foe. You don't know if those people are friend or foe. You don't know if that's a Trojan horse. Confirmation. And that confirmation right there tells me that things aren't what they seem like to you. Spirit has so many great blessings and surprises on the way for you. Just keep going. Not if you keep going. Just keep going. Nothing about this message should discourage you or have you in a sense of anxiety about if you're doing anything right, if you could do anything better. None of that. All right? Rebels, listen. Listen to yourself. Just go with what you know. And everything else gonna come to you. Just as these past years and throughout your life, so much has just came to you. You went with what you know and you learned some shit that you didn't even know was out there accessible for you to learn or identify with. All right? So, love your ancestors. Love my ancestors. Love our spirit team. Baby, love our community. All right? Because we can get ignorant if we want to. But you know what? Right now, it's a calming energy of rest and relaxation. And not saying rest like, ooh, I could take a nap. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. If you are able to and you feel that that's necessary or something that you would just like to do. But this is a period of rest, a moment of rest, of realizing the attention is on you, baby. not distract yourself with trying to figure out anybody else Scooby-Doo mysteries or the role that they have you in. They Scooby-Doo mysteries, okay? Right, honey, keep on journeying. Keep on keeping on. All right, moving right along. The Nine of Wands. Oh my goodness. Oh, your self-resilience. Oh my goodness. I don't know how old you are, but honey, if Icy Hot or Ben Gay is a friend of yours, I can understand why. Because you have worked through so much. You have been exhausted, but the fact that you kept going and that you never gave up on yourself, you have been the best commitment and the best knowing of love in your life, of your life. Oh, not many can match that energy. So yes, you are intimidating to the majority of the world. They don't know your story. They don't know what you lived through. They don't know the things that you had to keep to yourself to comfort you through all that you've been, through all that you've been through. Spirit is turning me to the word inheritance. There's so much that you have inherited that you didn't understand why or where the hell it came from. And you may not even understand even now where it came from, but you figured out that why. That one question most people won't answer for anybody who is trying to figure out their way, because they understand answering the question of why relinquishes the control back to you. Oh, I need you to understand. You need you to understand how blessed you are. And if you don't like the word blessed because it, break it down, it says be less. Understand the gratitude. Understand the gratitude that you should be celebrating with yourself in the energy of. There is so much coming your way, like so many aspects of your life that you felt would just never come to be. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. It's happened. Though this man looks tired and worn out, it don't matter how pruned he is. That's just what he looked like on the outside. It's the inward that counts. It's these wands of boundaries that he has put up. It's the cycles of success that he has completed. You are so much closer to the cycles of success that you never thought you were worthy of. So that's why Spirit said, leave this message open-ended. Like the movies where it just ends so awkwardly because you want to know what happened to the characters, or a TV series where there's been so many seasons and you want more, but for whatever the production's reasons are, they had to close it. Spirit said, leave this open-ended. Don't limit yourself. Rebels and guests. Rebels and guests. Plus ones or whoever. The abuse that you dealt with in order to get yourself to this place of emotional stability, to see where you were mentally and emotionally unstable, and the work that you have done in collaboration with your nervous system. And not just your nervous system, but your third eye. Oh, baby. Oh, my goodness. We coming all the way back over here. Then we say we want to. Spirit said the intimacy that you have developed with your intuition. Can you hear that confirmation? The intimacy that you have developed with your intuition. You've never known a love like this before. And if anyone is ever going to, Spirit said, respect yourself. Respect yourself when you hear this. Spirit said, if anyone is to ever come into your life to want to give you a courtship, to want to collaborate with you, are you going to educate them? Will there be a need for you to carry them? Or do you respect yourself so much that it is not about you being snobby, but just you recognizing their energy of neediness, of greed? It's not about needing $1 from you or some change. It's about them needing your energy. That's the place that you've met. You are so much more wealthier than people who got most of the money in the world, because you got the energy that they want to harbor. Okay? They want to kidnap and take and restrain your energy. They want to feast off of it. They want to be able to remove your boundaries of security. Spirit said, let's move this right along. Yes, your opposition, they are enamored with you, and they don't even fucking know why. Now, Spirit say, this is where you get to, you feel yourself. You feel yourself. You feeling it. I don't even like Beyonce like that. Let me tell you, I don't. Okay, I don't care. If you like Beyonce, that's on you. I'm not gonna reject you because you do. I'm just not. I do like certain of her songs, but just it's something about her, and that's my personals. Okay, but with the Five of Swords, right, and the Chariot. Oh, let me gather myself. I have to look at that again sometimes, because sometimes I see that Five of Swords and I want to say, oh no, the Five of Pentacles. Okay, with the Five of Swords, Spirit wants you to get comfortable. Get comfortable while you're focusing on your self-interest, okay? So right here with the Awakening card, this angel here, angel of mine, okay? Earth angel. This angel here has shed the old skin. It's a horror. It's a horror film. It's a horror movie. But yet and still, who knows what she gonna? Maybe she might consume the old skin. But she definitely does have a knife, a sword in her hand. Who knows? She had to cut herself out to be able to stretch those wings, honey. Okay, spread my wings and fly away to a place that I yearn for. That's not my real singing voice. I'm talking very yeah. Anyway, but Spirit really wants you to go for it. Go for it. All right. Run, Forrest. Run, Forrest. Run. Okay. Just go. Just go. Even if you feel like you don't have enough money, just go. Even if you feel like there's a limitation there, just go, because you never know what type of opportunity you may be aligned with. Hell, you might be trying to get into some place, or you might be hungry and somebody might just say, hey, I got an extra burger. Now, you may not want to take that extra burger, because taking food from strangers right now is not a good thing. But that's just an example, right? Somebody may give you something that you need, and Spirit put that person in alignment with you at that moment to be able to assist you. Now, Spirit did say, watch out for food now. Don't eat everybody food. And some foods that you've been eating, you need to let go and leave alone, right? But other forms of giving, other forms of gifting is coming your way. You might go into a store and you done checked out, and then you leave and you look at your receipt and you like, you know what? They didn't charge me the correct amount, and you go back into that store and that person say, you know what, it's okay. I've already put the missing amount in a drawer. All right, and you might have really needed that in the moment, but just the fact that you came back to correct that person's mistake shows you your energy, and it also did something for that person. So just the exchange of energy comes in so many, but Spirit said, go for it. whatever your interests are, whatever it is that you feel that there has been that has been a violation of you, that you felt that you couldn't live in the space of your freedom and your willingness and your capability of, honey, let that butterfly fly. Because that butterfly right there in that job is going to come back. It's going to come back, and it's going to come back with a gift for you. Kind of like those videos with a squirrel that's been nurtured by a certain family, and the squirrel comes back and it starts gifting things, and the squirrel comes back and brings its babies to meet the kind family, right? Not the AI version, honey, not the AI version. But what Spirit wants you to know as well, there is a lot of illusions that are being revealed. Okay, what is this? What is this? Part of the illusions that are being revealed are your psychic awareness. Part of the illusions that are being revealed are the deep secrets of others. Shit that they thought they was really going to be able to keep from you. And they are going to be none the wiser based off of your response in your discoveries. They're expecting for you to lash the fuck out. But due to you not being willing to fuck up what the hell you got going on in your energy, honey, what time you got to be mad about most of the shit? Now, some of the shit, Spirit gonna give you a pass, okay? Because it's understandable, and they need you to be able to stand up for yourself, okay? Let it be known you are not to be fucked with. But other stuff is like, for instance, if you find out, just saying, this is an example. If you find out that your sister slept with somebody who you was dealing with years ago, okay, so what? And he was toxic, she was toxic. Both y'all could continue to stay the hell away from me, type stuff, okay? But so here, okay, so even the false narratives of that rich guy, rich person portraying ass person, honey, everything is coming out. Everything's coming out, and it's so balanced. Because notice how there is somebody on each end of this, okay? So here with bondage, mature woman and thoughts. Now, what we discovered within the spiritual community meeting is that Spirit wants you to stop questioning. Stop questioning all that you've been through. Stop questioning if you saw things for what you saw it for. Stop questioning. Stop doubting yourself. All right? Because, honey, with this Eight of Pentacles, yeah, you've been working on a lot of different aspects with yourself. But there's this one particular pentacle I realized when I laid it down. It's that pentacle that's hidden. The Spirit has, oh my goodness, so much joy and value is about to come your way. Okay? So much accomplishment is about to come your way. So, rebels, let's go ahead and get you out of here so you can live your life, honey. So in the spiritual community meeting, we got 6666. Now, honey, now you got 7777. So 7777. And it reads, there's a need for a change of perspective on whatever has taken over you now. If you want to succeed, you need to keep going down the road you're on. Reach for the wisdom within, and then you will just know what's the right next step is, honey. Rebels, I love and I adore you, but y'all gotta go on and live y'all life and make it do what it needs to do for you, honey. Your life is about to start moving quickly in some areas. Oh, in some areas, events that seem to have been on hold seemingly propel forward. Move with the flow and be mindful of what needs most of your attentions. Make decisions rationally. Be sensational. Rebels, I love you and I adore you, but y'all need to go ahead and get out of here and go on here and let me feel this energy out here in the ethers of you living your best life thus far. Rebels, I love and I adore you. Go make your life do what it needs to do for you, babe. Go Rebels.